Hi, it's Friday, it's our last day. We like to hit a lot of spots on our last day. Right now we're going through the creek between Muskie Lake and Hooch Lake. We're going to look for moose and hooch and see the sights, maybe go to the Bay of Plenty there and throw a few casts in, but we always like to cover a lot of water on our last day, and this day is no exception. Had a good day so far. Tony started it out with the tiger muskie, and the rest is all a bonus.
about the only spot in the first 2/3 of this lake that we ever fish, really. We always just zip through this whole first part. We sometimes fish that point a little bit, but there's this narrow gap that we go through. We always just fish the back part of this lake. Although we don't really fish it much. There's 3 spots that we try, and we just fish them each really quickly if nothing's happening. We caught a decent amount a couple days ago here, but it's been kind of slow on Hooch. We've mainly just taken a lap 3 different times to look for moose. And a couple days ago we did see a moose with 2 calves. One calf was a newborn, but the other one was actually a yearling and was just still hanging out with its mom, and it was quite a bit bigger and darker brown. Over there is the creek from Claudette Lake into Hooch Lake. Claudette Lake actually starts the entire chain of lakes here at Fireside Lodge. We've gone up there once before and pulled the boat over a few dams, but it's super shallow and there's a ton of dams. Some are huge, you can't make it through them all. But we have caught a master angler 44-inch muskie right in the mouth of that creek. Here before. This is where we saw a young bull moose once. Back in this bay is also can be good for big pike. We've caught a lot of pike here before, although it's not one of the 3 spots that we fish, so we haven't fished in here. But it's on. That's good there. Right over there by those trees is where Dad dropped a fishing pole into the lake years ago, and never found it. This spot is probably the best all-around spot in Hooch Lake. Although, I mean, it varies year to year. It's been kind of dead here this year. I don't know if we've caught a fish here. Maybe 1 or 2 pike, but we just fish it for a couple minutes each time. What's the name of this area, Dad?
Bay of Plenty.
Where does that name derive from?
It got its name on 3 consecutive casts. Young Anthony James Kopecki caught a huge muskie, a huge pike, and a huge bass. And then I took his lure, the number 3 Meps, and cast and caught a little northern about this long with the exact same lure. Since then it's been off and on, but we always give it a try because if they've been here once, they could be here again.
And a lot of times we catch smallmouth bass here. Dad's caught in some big bass here before on top waters. There's this big rock that most years is just beneath the surface of the water, so you got to really look out for it. But this year the water's low and you can see it protruding above the surface there. So we'll throw a few casts here, catch a couple quick muskies, maybe a few big bass, and we'll be on our jolly way continuing our quest for moose.